Me 28, work a boring but stable job in logistics basically. I make sure boxes get from one place to another. It pays the bills, lets me save a little, and leaves my mind free after 5 p.m. My main goal in life is simple. I want peace. A quiet apartment, a couple of good friends, enough money to not stress, and time for my hobbies. Right now, that hobby is building a ridiculously intricate model of a 19th century warship. Thousands of tiny pieces. It's my Zen garden. Be not me. Sarah, same age, works in the marketing department of my company. Friend of a friend, so I can't really avoid her. Sarah is a lot. She's loud, opinionated, and lives her life like she's the main character in a movie nobody else is watching. Her Instagram is a curated gallery of brunches, hustle culture quotes, and blurry photos from clubs she probably hated being at. She's smart and funny, I'll give her that, but being around her is exhausting. Story starts at a mutual friend's barbecue, just a chill Saturday afternoon. Burgers, beers, the usual. I'm talking to my buddy Dave about my ship model. Dave gets it. He's a fellow connoisseur of quiet, focused hobbies. His thing is restoring old motorcycles. He asks me what my end game is, like 5-year plan. I shrug. Honestly, man, just this. A bit more of this. Pay off my car, maybe save up for a down payment on a small house with a garage. A life with no drama, just peace. Dave nods, a look of profound understanding on his face. Peace is underrated. Suddenly, Sarah, who had been half listening while scrolling through her phone, lets out a sharp, theatrical laugh. Peace? Is that seriously all you guys want? She looks at us like we're fascinatingly dull insects. That sounds so beige. Don't you want to achieve something, to have passion, to make an impact? I'm not a confrontational guy. I just want to grill my burger in, well, peace. I guess my passion is having a life where I'm not constantly stressed out, I say mildly. Sarah rolls her eyes so hard I'm surprised they don't fall out. Wow, the ambition is blinding, she says, dripping with sarcasm. The conversation dies awkwardly. Dave and I retreat to the safety of the grill. Later that night, I see her Instagram story. It's a selfie with the caption, "At a barbecue hearing men say their biggest goal in life is peace, Elmau. And they wonder why they're single." It stung a little, not gonna lie. Months go by. Life continues on its quiet, peaceful track for me. I get a small raise at work. Unspectacular, but it's more money for my house fund. The hull of my model ship is complete. It looks magnificent. My tiny wooden masterpiece. My little world is calm, orderly. I'm content. Sarah's world, from what I gather through office gossip and social media, is anything but. She's dating a guy named Chad. Of course his name is Chad. Chad is a crypto entrepreneur who wears sunglasses indoors and describes things as game changers. Their relationship seems to be a roller coaster of public displays of affection and vague, passive-aggressive Instagram stories. One week it's so blessed to have this man in my life, red number power couple. The next it's never let anyone dim your light, number know your worth. It sounds less like a relationship and more like a poorly written TV drama. One Tuesday, I'm in the break room getting coffee, and Sarah comes in looking like hell. Her eyes are red and puffy. She's clearly been crying. She microwaves some sad-looking lean cuisine and slumps into a chair. I'm not a monster, so I ask, "Hey, you okay?" She looks up, startled, as if just noticing I exist. "Oh, yeah, just Chad things." She proceeds to unload the entire saga. Chad is emotionally unavailable. Chad is always on his phone. Chad thinks listening is waiting for his turn to talk. Chad forgot her birthday. "I just don't get it," she says, poking at her sad lunch. "He's so passionate, so driven. He has all these big plans. Why is he like this?" I don't know what to say. Sorry to hear that feels lame, so I just nod and listen. I want to say, maybe passion and drive aren't the only things that matter. But I don't. It's not my place. I just pour my coffee and go back to my desk. A week later, she posts a photo of her and Chad on a surprise weekend getaway. Caption: "Working through the hard times is what makes it real. Number unbreakable." I sigh and go back to rigging the tiny sails on my ship. Another 6 months pass. I've been promoted. Still logistics, but a senior coordinator role. More responsibility, better pay. I celebrate by buying a high-quality set of miniature carving tools. The house fund is looking healthier than ever. I've started casually looking at listings online. Life is good, peaceful. Sarah and Chad finally implode. The breakup is messy and very public. It involves a deleted Instagram post, a subtweet about narcissists, and a dramatic unfollowing spree. The office is buzzing. A week after the breakup, Sarah comes to work with a new, aggressive haircut, the post-breakup bob. She throws herself into her work with a terrifying intensity. She's all about leveling up and focusing on her career. Her new mantra is that she doesn't need a man, which she announces loudly in the break room at least once a day. We get assigned to the same cross-departmental project, a major product launch. It's a high-stress, high-stakes assignment. I'm in charge of the logistical rollout. She's handling the marketing campaign. We have to work closely together. To my surprise, she's actually very good at her job. She's creative, smart, and when she's not performing for an audience, she's almost tolerable. The project is stressful. Long hours, tight deadlines, demanding clients. I handle it by being methodical. I make lists. I organize spreadsheets. I focus on solving one problem at a time. Sarah handles it by thriving in the chaos. She seems to run on caffeine and anxiety. One evening, we're the last two people in the office. We're waiting for a confirmation email from the client before we can go home. We're both exhausted. She's staring at her computer screen, chewing on a pen cap. "You're always so calm," she says out of the blue. "What, you never seem to get rattled. This whole project has been a dumpster fire and you're just steady." I shrug. Freaking out doesn't get the boxes delivered any faster. She manages a small smile. "I guess not." We sit in silence for a minute. "I saw on Dave's story you finished that ship model," she says. "It looked really cool. Thanks." "It took a while. What are you going to do now? Start a new one probably. Or maybe finish restoring my dad's old work-in." She shakes her head, a look of genuine confusion on her face. "I don't get you," she says. Not mockingly, but with real curiosity. "What's there to get? You just seem content. With your boring job and your quiet hobbies, you don't seem to want more." The word boring stings, but I let it go. "I do want more," I say. "I want a house. I want to travel a bit. I want to have a family someday, but I want to build it on a solid foundation. You can't build a house in the middle of a hurricane." She doesn't have a response to that. The email from the client finally comes through. We can go home. As we're packing up, she says, "You know, Chad used to say he loved the storm. He said chaos was where he felt most alive. How did that work out for him?" I ask, maybe a little too pointedly. She just looks at me, then grabs her bag and walks out without saying goodbye. The project launch is a massive success. The company throws a party to celebrate. Everyone is drinking and congratulating each other. I'm having a quiet beer in the corner, feeling pretty good about a job well done. Sarah is the life of the party, laughing and taking selfies. Later in the evening, I step outside for some fresh air. The city lights are spread out below us from the rooftop bar. A few minutes later, the door opens and Sarah comes out. Her party persona is gone. She just looks tired. She leans on the railing next to me. "We did good," she says. "Yeah, we did." We stand in silence for a while, watching the traffic below. Then her voice is quiet, almost a whisper. "Can I ask you something?" "Sure." She takes a deep breath. "Why do you think I'm still single?" The question hits me like a ton of bricks. It's raw, vulnerable, and completely unexpected. This isn't a setup for a joke. This is real. My first instinct is to give a generic, reassuring answer. "Oh, you just haven't met the right person yet." But I look at her and I see the genuine pain in her eyes. She doesn't want a platitude. She wants the truth. So I decide to give it to her. "Remember that day at the barbecue?" I start cautiously. "You mocked me and Dave for saying we wanted peace." She flinches but nods for me to continue. "You seem to think that peace is boring, that it's the opposite of passion, but I think you've got it backward." I pause, trying to find the right words. A lot of guys, good guys, I mean, we're not looking for a hurricane. We're not looking for drama or a constant hustle. We have enough stress from work, from life. When we come home, we want a harbor, a safe place. I look at her. She's listening intently, her eyes locked on mine. You present yourself as this high drama, high intensity person, the power woman who is constantly chasing the next big thing. And maybe that's exciting for a little while. Guys like Chad are drawn to that because they're chaotic too. But it's not sustainable. So what? Men just want a boring housewife, she asks, a bit of her old defensiveness creeping back in. No, I say, shaking my head. That's not it at all. It's not about being boring. It's about being a partner. It's about building something together. You can't build anything in a constant storm. Peace isn't the absence of passion. It's the foundation for it. It's the quiet confidence that allows you to be vulnerable, to be real, to build a real connection. I take a breath. You mock men for wanting peace, but I think what you're really mocking is the stability you're afraid you can't have, or maybe don't deserve. The silence that follows is heavy. I think I've gone too far. I've been too blunt. She's just staring out at the city, not saying a word. Then I see a tear slide down her cheek, then another. She quickly wipes them away. Thank you, she whispers, for being honest. She turns and goes back inside, leaving me alone on the rooftop. The aftermath of that conversation is weird. Things aren't awkward between us, but there's a new kind of space, a respectful distance. The project is over, so we go back to our respective departments. We nod in the hallways, exchange polite hellos in the break room. I notice small changes in her. Her Instagram becomes less performative. Fewer hustle quotes, more pictures of her dog or a book she's reading. She stops talking so loudly about how she doesn't need anyone. It's like she's turned the volume down on herself. About a year later, I'm putting in my 2 weeks' notice. The house fund grew into a down payment. I bought a small house in a quiet suburb just like I planned. Found a better paying job closer to my new place. My last day, I'm packing up my desk when Sarah walks up. Hey, she says, I heard you were leaving. Congrats on the new house. Thanks, Sarah. I wanted to thank you, she says, looking at the floor, for what you said to me on the roof that night. She looks up and her smile is genuine. It reaches her eyes for the first time I can remember. It really made me think. I was chasing all the wrong things. I was trying to be this person I thought I was supposed to be instead of just being. She tells me she started seeing a therapist, that she's been working on herself. She even started a new hobby, pottery. It's so quiet, she says with a small laugh. You just sit there with a lump of clay and try to make something. It's peaceful. There it is, that word. She tells me she recently started dating someone. He's a librarian, she says almost shyly. He's kind, he listens, he makes me feel safe. I can't help but smile. He sounds like a good guy. He is, she says. It's easy with him. Is that weird? No, Sarah, I say, that's the whole point. We say our goodbyes, no big dramatic farewell, just a simple handshake and a wish for good luck. As I walk out of the office for the last time, carrying my box of personal belongings, I feel a profound sense of satisfaction. My life isn't a movie. There won't be a dramatic soundtrack or a thrilling climax. It's just a collection of quiet, deliberate choices, building a ship piece by piece, laying a foundation brick by brick. I built my harbor, and in the end it turned out I had a lighthouse too, one that could help a lost ship find its way back to a peaceful shore. And that felt like more of an achievement than any hustle culture quote could ever capture.